You had to do a shirt change on him.
No, I had his on.
Oh,
And I was looking for some damn chicken.
some chicken.
Yeah, I think $28.
Oh man, ain't that fucked up?
Man.
I got some tenders. I'm striking on.
Niggas say the after party.
Hell yeah, the after party. That's I named that first one.
Yeah, I see part two.
Yeah. I gotta start doing that because like now I'm going into advertising. I'm about to go into advertising for people on my page since I be getting all them views and shit.
Yeah,
So
we was just talking about that.
I'm a mark what me and you be doing as the after party because we kind of just be talking about shit that didn't happen in life in our day or the week or whatever or after the show. And then I'm gonna do what we was talking about called Ask a Hustler. I started that shit earlier where I'm gonna take questions or whichever ones you got and get that honest answer to try and help some of these cats. You know what I'm saying? I took that Meek Mill situation with them getting to a fight at the Tank Davis to try to discuss respectability. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I ain't even up on that one. I ain't even watched the fight. You watched the fight?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
You know what I'm
dang.
saying? And shout out to Tank Davis. You know he separated from Money Mayweather to make his own company.
Mm-hmm.
And I see what he's trying to do. He gonna save boxing. We don't watch boxing because we don't know nobody. But if Floyd bring you a fighter, you'll watch him.
Yeah.
And if Tank bring you a fighter, you'll watch him.
Mm-hmm.
So now they both got a company. You feel me? Floyd already got another fighter. I'm sure Tank got somebody behind him. So now they can build up to get us to watch boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I guess it was a discrepancy over some comments and some of Meek didn't necessarily jump stupid, but some of his boys did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what caused the uproar. And then Wallow jumped across everybody to mediate. And that's what made him stop the fight. And what I was digging into is a lot of us get put into position before we get the respect of the or earn the respect of the men that we are around.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the takeoff being killed or the Meek Mill situation. Like, not to say these guys are not being respected, but they don't have the respect they need to be able to run a crew that they run.
Yeah. Street nigga.
They got the power and
Money.
they got the money, but they don't have the respect that's needed.
Street
For,
cred.
right, for somebody to know, hey, put that gun away. Because like what happened with Takeoff, them same dudes that shot Takeoff would have robbed Jay Prince Jr. if he wasn't Jay Prince Jr. And this is something that this is why we had to move out the hood. This is something my son was dealing with. The respect don't necessarily get handed down to the kid. And then depending on how respectable or how much money and power your daddy got, resentment may get handed down to your kid from them, you know,
Nobody's gonna touch your ass. I get your son.
right. And you don't know what they daddy came home saying to their son about you. That got them looking at your son in a certain way. And then the whole fact, like, yo, my daddy been working for your daddy for 20 years and we still in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You never know. And I was looking at that situation like somebody like a Meek Mill, you got your homies, y'all at the fight, this, that, or whatever. They supposed to have enough respect for you to whereas they mediating shit or they settling shit or they sitting until it's how it's supposed to be. But they already jumping because that's all they got to offer. And you've been allowing them to do that, showing them that that's okay. Like you're a bad, not to say he a bad boss, but that ain't good. That ain't good boss etiquette. You know what I'm saying? I had to work up to being in a position to whereas I was telling other grown men equal to me what to do, but it came with me understanding certain things and them seeing me go through certain things. So then they took it as another way. Not to say they did everything I said, not to say they believed everything I told them, but it was a certain type of respect there to where certain things didn't happen, even though we had our problems.
Yeah, they come a long way. A good leader, you know, that comes from being a soldier as well. Being a good soldier first. A lot of people just want to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? They skip that soldier part.
And I wouldn't say Meek was a good soldier.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say Meek was a good soldier at all.
Yep.
Nigga cried about his deal
Mm-hmm.
after
Thank
telling us, after shitting on all of us and Cassidy and every rapper that came before him. Then he go into crying about his deal and how he got fucked. After stunting on us like you better than us, you get on the internet and want to identify with us. You know what I'm saying? After talking about how impoverished you was, I was the same nigga with the nappy braids that lock. All we hear about is you talk about is money. You rich. How many of them niggas that roll with you rich? These are not, you know what I'm saying? Cause when you get rich, let's say you got a couple $1,000,000, the people around you making a few 100,000, they gonna act different. They gonna act different. They might kill for you, but they gonna make sure they don't get caught.
you.
But when you got a couple $1,000,000 and the people around you and got 1,000 in their pocket, that's gonna be a little different. And they gonna be willing to shoot Duke the jeweler. They gonna be willing to shoot Takeoff. They're gonna be willing to stop the fight and fight at the fight because of how you bossing. And that's a problem. But there's nobody respected enough to talk about this stuff. And that's where my YouTube page started at. That's really what I came on YouTube for. Well, that's where I started at. And that's was my first fans and the first people fucking with me on YouTube. Facebook too. But then it got to the point where the discrepancy between men and women started happening. And then I started commenting on that. And then I get this rep that ain't me.
And then you became Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
You
That's why
got
I
the
got these
glasses and
glasses on.
everything. I just about to say like you got Kevin Samuels on.
Hmm. What people forget about Kevin Samuels is he was on the internet for 3 years
About men.
correcting men. He was a consultant for white people, and he took all that information he got from consulting them white folks and started giving it to black men like us for 3 years on the internet. He only had like my YouTube page. He only had a few thousand nigga fans, male,
Mhm.
and he was giving it to them dudes. Like, oh man, you can't get a woman because of this or this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? 1 year of talking shit to females. You know what I'm saying? Only 1 year. But
You
he
wasn't
been on the
talking shit.
internet for five. Yeah,
You was talking some facts though.
most definitely, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But
Women
that's
ain't
that
gonna take
power.
that.
Insulting women. That's the insult to a woman.
Women
Telling
ain't gonna
keeping
take.
it real is an insult.
Women ain't gonna take that how I took that shit on Facebook.
Who, women?
Yeah, they not. Women
Hell
ain't
no.
gonna. Women ain't gonna take that much information and then be inspired or attracted to the person that
Mm-hmm.
just gave them all that. They gonna resent and be hateful of that motherfucker. They
Mm-hmm.
gonna fuck him anyway.
It might take a little minute, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna come for sure.
it's gonna come. As soon as you catch her at Walmart or at the club,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna
Hey,
come.
remember? Oh, hey, I was mad at you that one. Yeah, I was mad. I ain't gonna lie.
It's gonna start off with that, man. You be on some
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. I ain't like that one shit you
What I
said.
do? Yeah,
Right. As soon as that's all he gonna say. Well, what you talk? What I do?
yeah,
And that's over. Slayed.
yeah.
Slayed.
Easy. Piece of pussy.
Hell
But
yeah,
but yeah, man, that shit was cool though, dog. I just got fun with Tail.
nah, oh yeah, that was major needed and proper. You know what I'm saying? And then it had to be seen. I'm I'm so glad she went all the way through with me.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna go left. At first, I'm like, oh shit.
Being a hoe.
Yeah, yeah.
I was not trying to allow it to go left. I just needed her to say the one thing she said and to give me the opportunity to stay there while I at least tried to respond.
Yeah, express where yours coming
Cause that happened a lot. A woman to say something and it might be profound, it might
from.
be needed, it might be misguided, it might be whatever. But what be needed is what's said after so y'all can find common ground.
Mhm.
But we never get to say nothing after they use a trigger word. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I seen it because I knew where she was going when she started off with the apology, or I know you're gonna take this the
Once you
wrong
even
way.
asked the question, he
Right.
apologized.
And then I seen you snickering. So it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm like, yeah, it was about to go left. You're like, why you smiling? Why you? I'm looking like,
So I'm taking it in
all right.
I hope he know I'm not about to lose this one.
That's
You
where
know
I
what
was
I'm
going.
saying?
I'm like, yeah, it's about to go.
Yeah, nah, nah, nah. And that's the whole thing. Like a woman like her should never be apologizing before she speak. It's these other bitches that should be apologizing before they speak.
You know what? Eh, I don't know what kind of men she's dealing with though. That's probably why she apologized. Too. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Some men probably couldn't have took that. You know what I'm saying? And then ended it on a good note like this.
Yeah.
So
My thing was
it's like
no
she ain't
matter
want to say it, but she wanted to say it so bad. But she like he said it like 2 or 3 times. Like I apologize if this come off. I want to ask you this question. I really want to ask you this.
and that's what got me like, baby, why you and that's what got me like women shouldn't feel like that.
To be scared of us.
Right. Whether you wrong or right. Like I'm here. That's why I made like I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna tell me something in the back room, tell me. Let me get right. But that's how motherfuckers feel. And a lot of women internalize that shit and they blame us for it. You know what I'm saying? Because they may feel like they can't do or say nothing, but shit, them feelings existed before you knew the guy. So you can't blame him for that shit. And that's a lot of times that's the situation we end up in.
But I think she'd be a good plus to the show.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Everything good plus.
And then she got some knowledge too. Yeah. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like, damn, we ain't got no knowledge.
Man,
Females.
but did you peep that? Look at how much shit she got up here that she don't even get to access in a conversation with a dude. That's what I was catching on the baby. And that's what was, you know what I'm saying?
It was intriguing.
Yeah,
You know,
on a whole nother level. Cause
that's that
most
part
girl,
right there. Mind fuck. It was a mind fuck.
yeah, that's when the nigga get to have an orgasm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That you don't have because
Right.
women can't mind fuck you. You know,
Nah, they too busy trying to ass fuck you.
and that's what. Right. That part.
They're too busy trying to ass fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? All that unappreciative. I want to take away what you did right, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we can talk about what somebody did wrong without taking away what they did right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But them conversations be damn near impossible in certain situations.
But like you got the tools, like very, you got the tools and everything.
And why not? And then that's what I'm looking at. So like that's what she really that's what I really caught. Like she see me doing something that I ain't see myself doing,
Hmm.
which is why she felt it imperative to say what she said.
Hmm.
So I gotta take that in. And
Yeah.
then that meant something to me because most of the time people try to stop you from doing what you are doing,
Hmm.
or they try and see you as less.
Dive
But for
before you even reveal your real gift.
bam. But for somebody to see it and be like, hold on, You need to take this with you. That don't happen a lot. That don't happen a lot at all. Matter of fact, it don't happen enough.
But that's that part you said too, though. Meeting people on your journey.
Right, which is kind of funny. Which that whole shit was funny because it's like me and him was just talking about some of this just on, you know what I'm saying, and now it's in my face in front of everybody. So let me handle it correctly. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same shit you told me. Cause I was like, yeah, man, I be around this and that, and trying to find somebody. He like, you don't try to find nobody. He gonna run into them on your journey.
Yeah,
Then bam, what happened?
on my journey. Right, and that was kind of crazy because like I had just hit a point like man, I'm tired of people questioning what I'm doing and what I got going on. You can't do it, and you ain't trying to do it. And if it was on you to do it, you wouldn't do it. So I can't talk to you about what I'm doing because you
You ain't
not
on your
doing it
journey.
right.
Yep.
Right.
Motherfuckers got their bags packed. But they can't go on no journey.
Ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere fast.
Ain't going nowhere.
That's why I appreciate that slow grind, bro. I ain't trying to get nowhere fast. I appreciate the slow grind.
Man, I mean, shit, the slow grind appreciate you.
There's gonna be that longevity too.
All right, man. Like the slow grind appreciate, and I'm looking at that shit like before we had got into it, into talking with her, it's just like me helping certain people in certain ways allowed them to skip steps. So why wouldn't they think they this and they that? Because they didn't got to skip steps. And where my flaw come in at is I be trying to help a motherfucker even though they at that point where they thinking they don't need me. Cause I really want them to not need me. But you don't not need somebody until you don't need them. You don't just not need somebody because you say it. The only way to not need somebody is to utilize what they did for you, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? When a motherfucking wife say I don't need my ex-husband or I don't need my husband, that's because she done took everything good out the situation and utilizing it for her benefit now. So now she
Now
don't
she
need
don't
that
need
shit.
you.
Right.
Right.
But if you sitting there soaking in bullshit, then of course you gonna need it. Cause you ain't took what was there for you to go off to the next step. Straight up. But shit, when she hit with that offended word, I felt that one.
hmm
That offended shit. Yeah, you know what? And that was one I have been looking past. Like, you know what?
That
I
triggering
have
word.
yeah, because I've been being offended and not even really noticing and looking past it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, when I tell you everybody in my circle is a homeowner because of me, I mean that shit. Motherfuckers that stepped out of renting and all of that shit, but they would you should be able to think you did that yourself because you picked for me to be in your life. And I helped you do that. But that don't negate me doing my part. You know what I'm saying? And I be looking around at some of that shit. Like, I don't want a big party or no thank yous or none of that. But I would like for people to stop acting like it don't exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm a stepfather for decent kids that's grown now. But I'm not treated like that. I'm not talked to like that. You know what I'm saying? Not that I deserve any credit for it, but people will talk to me like I didn't do that.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? That ain't
You know
what's
what?
up.
That's that part that come along with being a man, man.
Most
I don't
definitely.
think nobody appreciate it, man. That's coming from the woman, the kid, down to the kids. He said
But
DNA.
that's and that's what I was saying to you about them rules and morals and standards because it's like, okay, now my morals and standards got me in a position where I can't call you out on that. But what did baby say? She said that's a flag on the play. And she fucking right. Niggas should be throwing flags. Niggas should be stopping the game. That's traveling. You off sides. You know what I'm saying? And I have not. I have not been calling flags on the play. I have, none of that. But as soon as I do something wrong, better believe I'm paying penalties. You know what I'm saying? And some of the shit I be doing, it ain't even wrong. It ain't wrong. If you spend all day trying to make me not feel like a man, and I spend all night trying to make me feel like a man, then bitch, we even.
At the end of the day, I'm still a man.
Right.
So
It
who wins?
just took
So
me.
who wins? You
Who
still a
win?
man at the end of the
Nobody.
day.
Nobody. Nobody's win. Cause now we done wasted our time and energy on an argument that ain't an argument. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. Once you've been wasted all day arguing about something that ain't nothing to argue about. You know you a man, you know you handling this responsibility. Why are you being challenged on it? Why you gotta repeat that? You know, you ain't never seen a kid come in the house with a 4.0 and have to explain why they got good grades.
Yeah,
But all us men gotta do that. And then I'm looking at like how that whole shit just played out. And this is something that bothered me a little bit. Me and baby girl, we never get to talk. Them two type of people never come together in the conversation. They never even get to meet each other most of the time.
yeah.
Motherfuckers be scared about them two getting into it than to put them two in the same room together. And that's how we've been moving as a culture. And that's why I was making that statement like shit, the way, not because of her, but the way shit been, like the way the white man was mating us when we were slaves is the way we need to be mating us. Who big, who strong, who smart, who dumb, who this, who that.
Make them
Yeah.
that balance. Yeah.
Balance. Motherfucking balance. And we ain't got no balance.
You're right. Cause like I said, when I went there, I was looking like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like, damn, these motherfuckers gonna have a good conversation. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? That
But
wasn't the first instant.
but yeah, look at how we whipped in the head though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to point that out to her. Like shit, never should you ever feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Never, and it never. But we had to display that for people to know that, for that to see. And when she saw how it was,
Mhm.
but you don't get to see that. Everybody else is like we just supposed to argue and disagree and be unhappy and all this other shit. Or I was supposed to take it personal when she talking about healing or why the
Hurt.
lion is the king and not the tiger.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at first I was like, huh? Then she said it again. I'm like, oh.
She
But
got me with that one.
she had said something. I wrote that shit down. She said, we are the majority and not the minority.
Talking about us as black or them as women.
Us as black.
Oh yeah, through the world, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fact.
But they want us to think we're a minority. But like we're not. We are the majority, not the minority. Damn, let me write that shit down. That's fire.
You know why that? I mean, that's because we should be all identifying as melanated, the same way they all identify as white. It's not that many white people. When this just happened in the '60s, if you was Italian in the '60s and '70s, if you was Italian, you wasn't white. If you was Irish, you wasn't white. If you was Jewish, you wasn't white. If you was Asian, you wasn't white. They now when you fill out an application, it boils down to three things: Are you Hispanic, black, or Alaskan?
I didn't even see
Everything
that.
else is white.
Or to say other.
Other classifies white. The only reason Alaskans is different is because they get different federal financing. So, which one are you? Today has been a day, bro. This whole podcast thing of fucking like, even though this one got a this a little bit different than what I already got going. This has been a refining type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even get a chance to hit it with the rest of the stuff. I forgot. But
What
this
shit you got
probably
over
gonna be
there?
the next. Probably next.
What the fuck is that? Hot sauce challenge.
We're gonna do that. Or we next Sunday is gonna be something. We probably do the shot challenge.
Man, we got a
So
power. We
uh,
gotta have a place where it's like you got something like that. We gotta all be together.
no, not necessarily.
Well, we gotta all buy the hot sauce.
No. No, I ain't talking about the house. I'm talking about next week is gonna be the shot challenge. Shots. Or whatever liquor you drink, we're gonna do shots. I'm gonna have serious amounts of questions. It's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? If whatever I say and you did it, I take a shot. If you didn't, you don't take a shot. Or if I say a statement and you agree on it, or you disagree, or you want to talk about it, or you don't want to talk about it, you take a shot. You don't talk about it.
Oh, so you're gonna
But
take sex games and bring them into real life?
yeah, it's gonna be a couple sex questions. So, yeah,
No, I
no.
said the sex games.
Uh,
Like to take a shot and bring. Yeah, that's gonna be a different twist on that.
yeah,
That's mostly a date, and I'm trying to get some type of game.
it's gonna be some sex. It's gonna be all types.
Yeah, that's a good idea there.
You know what I'm saying? But we can do it like this too, though, where we can have a little shots and shit. Uh,
Shit, man.
Shot
I'm
glasses, shot cup, whatever. And pour our liquor in there, whatever we choose, white, dark. We shooting them bitch.
shit. I'm
I'm gonna
down.
have like 25 questions. So it's gonna be drunk as hell.
I'm down. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna set this studio up at, man, so I can help us with the recording and getting that shit
Man,
out there. Cause
I gotta figure out editing, bro. I tried to do the editing, it won't let me edit live. I can't even edit
man,
live.
don't worry about the editing. Just figure out a way to record the audio first, and let's get the audio podcast weekly posted somewhere, and then we'll come back to editing shit. It's all on Facebook. You can screen record it and edit your screen records, and then post them to Instagram and them other motherfuckers.
But I gotta go on. I gotta start it off by screen recording the lives, right? I can't go on
Yeah.
our live and screen record.
No, no. We talking about for you posting it and editing it certain place, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
so go back to the lives and screen record the lives and take them parts out and put them where you want to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And then
Right.
after save the memory, just delete that one. Then screen record another part. Then okay,
That way you don't clog up your phone. The other
okay.
shit, I got the projector and all of them things. Actually, I just got to figure out where I want to operate from. And I video record that shit on the live camera from their shit and share that with you or share the memory card with you. But we got to do the audio recording because to get the real money is blowing the podcast up. You got to put the audio out there for the truck driver.
Mm.
That's the number one. Got to have the audio for the truck drivers, especially with our conversation. Because a truck driver can sit through 2 hours of that shit.
Yeah. Hmm.
And once you got them, then you got your backbone.
Damn.
So all
And
that
that
other
way,
shit,
like you said, we have everything covered.
yeah. So all that,
Audio.
yeah. I ain't saying the other shit is irrelevant, but figure out a way to record that audio, cause you can screen record and put clips everywhere, but you need that audio. Post that shit on Apple. That way you get your Facebook followers up, cause they gonna follow you on Facebook and they'll check on YouTube and Instagram too.
And you'll be able to reach more people too. Yeah.
Off the audio,
Yeah. I'm saying in general, everything. So we trying to be
with
on all platforms, audio. We trying to do all it.
Nick, with the name you picked, if your podcast was on Apple, you're gonna get more people willing to try it because of the name of it.
You know what I gotta do, bro? I gotta LLC this shit. I gotta figure out tomorrow. I gotta talk to a lawyer or some shit. I gotta call a lawyer tomorrow.
Freeze
Uh,
before you get to paying somebody for something you ain't got to do. You got to copyright the name. Yeah, copyright the name. You can LLC anything, but that don't mean you own the name. So if from boys to men is important to you, you need to copyright the name. That's 250. I send you the website. It's more filling out shit than it is trouble, and you don't pay until they see if you can copyright it
yeah, send me that.
with the government.
So is that the same as trademarking or something
Yep,
different?
it's the same. The trademark and the copywriting and the patent bureau, they the same people.
Is it the same price or is it different?
This is where it gets funny at. When you copyright something, you do it for different things. When you filling out the paperwork, it's in there. You might want global, you might want national, you might want to do it for merch. You might just want to have it for one thing as far as a name.
About
It get
$1,000 for my clothing shit.
you said 1,000 for copywriting it?
A trademark. It was like nine something.
How much shit did you copyright?
Trademark. It was like the clothes, like jogging suit, underwear, socks.
And what
Uh,
did you copyright?
shit, I ain't do it yet. They sent me the thing in the mail not so long ago. And how much I said, yeah, I gotta pay.
I don't want to say the wrong thing. To copyright a name is like $250. To copyright like an album, like me copywriting 10 or 12 songs is like $500. You can't copyright a clothing line, you can copyright the name and you
Okay,
can
trademark.
patent your design.
Yeah, they
What did you
I
trademark?
think I did patent the colors. I had to patent the colors. I had to tell them my colors and shit. And yeah, and the logo. And then they asked me like what it's gonna be on. So I gave them like
So
different
you
like
trademarked your logo.
yeah.
You overpaid. You overpaid. You paid 900 to
No, I
trademark your
said I
logo?
didn't pay it. No, I got
Oh,
that. I got it in the mail saying how much it is. Yeah, send me something in the mail and how much it is. But I had went through somebody through Fiverr, trademark marketing person through Fiverr and shit. Yeah, I had to fill out all this paperwork. I had to specify the colors, what I was gonna put it on, the kind of clothing, articles of clothing. Uh, you know,
fuck that. You use Fiverr, have them make your logo, and you buy it from them. Because if somebody else got any paperwork about your logo, then they got some ownership and say so in it. You buy your logo outright and then you trademark it after you buy it.
how the hell you buy the logo?
That
I
means you
bought the
pay.
logo when I paid for it.
Hold on. Sometimes that's not what you're paying for. Sometimes you're paying for somebody to make it and they still be retaining ownership. Like when I buy a beat, every
Mhm.
beat I bought I don't own. Some of them bitches was leased. Some of them bitches is all kind of fucked up deals with that shit. That's a funny thing. That's a funny thing. So like, for example, in that shit you got, Fiverr probably get a percentage off of you using your logo. So do Dog. They probably got royalties in that. And they obviously charge you prices for that. But if you just bought a logo from an artist and you trademarked it, then that's yours.
Well, I had gave them the colors, designs, they gave me different like mock up, which one to pick from that I like, which ones I want to change. I picked the one I wanted, you know, pay for it.
I would say redo that. Have somebody else pay somebody else outright to redo that logo, and then trademark it. Cause it sounds
Redo
like,
it. That's the logo.
huh?
The logo is the logo. I'm
That's
gonna
the
have to
logo you
redo
got right now from your you did this from
my
your
clothing line.
hmm
Yeah,
Why you can't pay nobody else to redo it and buy it from them?
you saying the exact same way.
Yeah. Don't have Fiverr in your business. Them niggas a connection website. They connect the customer to the artist, and
Mm,
then they take percentages out of that shit. And then you telling me they made you pay $900 to trademark a logo? And hold on,
to
did the
somebody
not
else. Tell
did,
somebody else. I had to go to the trademark.
so you had to pay Fiverr and somebody else?
I paid Fiverr for the logo, and then I searched the trademark first on Fiverr, and then that's how I got the trademark person. He sent me all the paperwork. I had to fill out, the description and everything.
Man, I'm gonna send you the information to the Copyright Bureau and upload your logo and copyright that trademark it with them, and I guarantee you it's not gonna be $900. What I'm telling you may not be right because you let somebody else design the logo, and I don't know what y'all agreement is. Which is why I said have somebody else redo it how you said and trademark that. But fuck it, take them. Take theirs and trademark it if you want to, but I don't know what's in that contract. I would recommend you have somebody redo it off of their site. I had some work done on Fiverr before. I had an animated video made.
Mm.
I'm not against Fiverr, especially for their artist services. I'm not against them. I just don't know nothing about that part. But I do know a business. And they are not the patent and regulatory company. So they charging you to register your shit. And you
Some
can't
shit that I
tell me
can do my damn self, but I can go to them and do it my damn. Get them the information. Like you said, third party and like a motherfucker.
right. But I mean, if we was millionaires, it wouldn't be no thing. It's like, yo, I just had this idea, make a logo and get the paperwork right and send it over to me. At that point, it's worth it. But right now, you giving somebody an extra $400 is not.
Yeah.
While you trying to
Mm-hmm.
get started.
Mm-hmm. I could been buying clothing material.
What you talking about? That's a press. $400. That's a sewing machine. That's a used embroidery machine. A small one, but nonetheless, it's one.
Yeah, just throw some shit.
Yeah. So like, but all that shit I learned the hard way from fucking up. So
Mm.
whatever, whatever. Shit, man. Nigga, she done ran off with my shit.
Well,
she done ran off with my me for the day.
oh, you still thinking about her?
I'm thinking about the shit she said.
What she say?
A bunch of things.
I
And
know,
she
right? Like what part? Like, got your
more or
ass thinking about her, like,
less. Man, I hate that angry word.
or hurt.
Both of them words. I hate both of them words. Because that's like going up to an abused woman saying you feel abandoned. Why do you feel abandoned?
Well, she did keep saying hurt people, hurt people.
Yeah. But I ain't out here hurting people. I don't even like that shit.
Uh,
But that's why I pointed back out to her like these is trigger words
hmm
to even a secure dude that's doing everything right, especially a dark skinned black man. You use the word angry and he ain't yelled or cuss yet. Like damn, this gonna shut him down.
the way
So
I
I
express myself. Ah, shit.
and that's why it was important for me to do it. Like how it was done because a lot of niggas get hit with that angry shit.
But by her not knowing who you are, like we know you, like we know how you are. So it's kind of like it was normal, you know. But for
Hmm.
her, he's angry, he's yelling, he's instead of being passionate, like you said, passionate.
Yeah.
How about that? I'm not angry, I'm passionate.
And that's what I was saying. Like, but she understood it. That's why I'm looking at her face, and what she was saying. It's like, shit. They get to roar, they get to take over, rape, rob, pillage, do to this and to that, and nobody says nothing. Nobody looks at the white man like it's a problem when he wants to own the whole neighborhood.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm
that's what
saying?
he's supposed to do. They're like,
Right,
he's supposed to do that, but a black man trying to own this shit. Who he think he is? Trying to buy up stuff. He ain't gonna do nothing but wear it down. He ain't gonna do nothing but devalue it. White
and,
motherfucker, oh, they about to bring this motherfucker up.
right. And it starts with what the woman say, cause the man be sitting there scratching his head. Like, what the fuck? He don't
What
know.
they
He be sitting
doing?
there
I
scratching
don't
his
know what they
head.
about to do.
Right. The fuck Ralph over there doing? This nigga, he bought that house down the street too. What the fuck?
Right. What's going on?
Yeah, the opinion come in with the woman. The nigga question it. Like, oh, hey. The
Yeah,
fuck?
he's buying up the neighborhood, babe. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
And that's when the woman supposed to come. Look, nigga, use that 30,000 out your shit and buy the other
you
two.
buy it before he buy it.
Right. Or you help,
You
But
stay here.
with the hating, it
But
get to
yeah,
being so much other shit, dog. Man, I didn't. She caught me at a good time, nigga, cause I done did so much good. I'm looking at that shit like, man, I was popping my collar on the inside, like, dog, I'm about to show these motherfuckers. She kind of caught me and pulled my coattail a little bit, dog. I nigga, you ain't even gotta do that. Everybody they ain't telling me they know what I did, but they know what I did because they wouldn't put no energy into trying to make me feel away if they didn't know what the fuck I did. You know what I'm saying? And even the little ones know what I'm doing because they know how to utilize me. So like I can't even be worried about these adults no more.
mm,
I can't. You know what I'm saying? If I had a kid with a deadbeat bitch, motherfuckers would be like that was my fault.
gotta
But
hold
I help
yourself
these,
accountable.
huh?
Gotta hold yourself accountable. They
Right,
gotta hold themselves accountable.
right. But you help a bitch with a deadbeat daddy is what you supposed to do, and
Hell,
you could be doing more. It's like, hold on, baby,
to a
hold on.
man, hell no. Like that's
Right?
some simp shit to a man, but to a woman, that's heroic.
It ain't heroic. That's what make
I
it a
mean,
simp. They lack of appreciation for what you really doing is what make it a simp. That's just like you heard the captain save a whole song before. At the end of that shit, he say, "Oh, how many kids you got? Two? Oh, that's cool. We gonna go and feed and clothe them kids. Yeah, that's cool." But when he get down to the point where he talking about buying her a cell phone and doing this and that for her, we gonna take you down the road to Lee's nails, get your nails. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Then that becomes something else because she didn't already show she making bad decisions, and now you about to treat her before she make a good decision.
So you rewarding bad behavior.
Right. And as men, we do that because a woman treats you like you got to come in rewarding her. You got to come in taking her to a. Most of these women expect you to come in taking her to a better place than where she went with the last nigga, but she ain't did nothing better. But you got to come in showing better, and that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you got women with deadbeat daddies. Got something to say to the stepdad. Like how you skip past the responsible one to have how you skip past the irresponsible one to have something to say to the responsible one. Don't make sense. Shit don't add up. But you got a lot of women doing that shit and they feel justified in it because when they jump on the internet and make a post about it or they talk about it publicly, they not gonna run into a lady like old girl that's gonna say, "Hold on, well, what's your role in that?" And when they run into one of them, they gonna say that bitch hating with her
Yeah,
natural
she
hair,
thinks she better than everybody.
right?
Oh, juices and berries ass.
Right, them thin ass eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be
Oh,
like that,
real natural hair.
right?
Might wear
Skinny
that
bitch,
shit no more.
skinny bitch. It's gonna be
Hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's where it get nasty at. That's where that shit get nasty at. I don't really know exactly. That shit kind of bothered me a little bit because it's easier to build strong kids than it is to help these broken adults. But at the same time, with the mothering going on, it's damn near impossible. It's damn near impossible. And that's why we fucked up as a people. Because it don't matter if me and you get right. You still got mothers behind us making sure the next generation got more of that same bullshit that we fighting against. While the same mother making sure they don't hear us. They gonna see Leroy. They gonna think what Leroy doing is respectable. Because don't nobody talk no shit to Leroy. Don't nobody got no problems for Leroy. Leroy come through with $6 worth of candy and $10 worth of weed at the last minute, and he's the coolest nigga in the world. Eating food some other nigga paid for. In a house some other nigga paid for. In a situation some other nigga support. And that's where we losing that. How a little boy know what to be at that point. Blueface, one of the most horrible rappers out here. He about to have the biggest TV career possible.
You think so? Just because of old girl though.
Yeah, yeah. That
That's
bitch
just
saved
lying.
me. If it yo, facts, facts, facts. If it wasn't for that bitch, he would be over already.
Been over, bro. Been over. Cause he, like you said, he had probably what one catchy song, single or some shit.
That shit wasn't even that. I mean, it was a good. It did what it did what songs do, but that shit was whack. Bust down,
And
Tatiana.
with one of them songs, with the one that everybody's talking about, he couldn't catch the beat.
Man, Silk the Shocker like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
That song was whack as hell, man. Come on, man. But they put Cardi B on it. They gave it a video. They did a bunch of things, but that shit ain't hot. That shit wasn't nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nowhere near tight. But shit, I can't hate the nigga. They tell a motherfucker it's cool. Who am I to tell you it's not?
he most definitely saved that nigga career. Yo,
And I mean, and that's what brought me to all this YouTube and social media shit. Like, dog, I gotta compete with this shit. Cause in real life, I'm the man to my nephews. But these motherfuckers get shown all these motherfuckers. Hey, Uncle Juan-O, why you ain't doing it like that?
you get that gay shit up my face.
Now that's really where I'll be caught at. I got like 40 some nieces and nephews.
Damn, for real? Nigga, I got three. I,
Yeah, I'm between 40. I think I'm under 50. I'm between 45 and 53 nieces and nephews.
by your
And huh?
biological brothers,
Yeah,
sisters.
yeah.
How many brothers and sisters you got?
I got my mom's got three. My father had four that I know about.
You said 4 or 40.
And then it's yeah. And then it's like my best friend's kids. His kids count as biological because I've been there the whole time. He got 10. I got a brother with 18, and then two brothers with three. 28. It's a lot of these motherfuckers. Anyway,
Damn.
it's nothing. It's a lot of them. But they're impressed by that shit that these other motherfuckers be doing. And they listening to it and they seeing it. And it's like, oh, Uncle Juan-O, you was getting money back then. You know what I'm saying? So I had to
Man,
jump back out there.
my nephew asked this to me like that. I was like, damn, I was kind of like, he was like,
What
yeah,
you say?
back in the day, man, you was getting money, man. You had the old schools, man. I used to look up to you and shit. I was like, damn, this nigga don't look up to me no more. I'm a broke nigga now. You know what I'm saying? I'm
That shit
like, damn.
that should have put you in your right mindset.
But I'm looking like, man, I got a family, I got a son now, I got a girl now. But I'm looking like I was getting off when I was, you know what I'm saying, single. I was doing it.
Nigga, you still that nigga.
Yeah. But he
And
was
your,
like,
and your
yeah,
nephew still looking at you to still be that nigga. That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like whether your son ain't caught it yet. He ain't caught it yet. But your nephew needs you.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of your job too. That's all I'm saying. So like you blowing up on the internet and shit, that shit gonna mean something to him. It may not mean nothing to nobody else. It's gonna mean something to nephew. Cause everybody wanna look at their father like they just as big as him. You know what I'm saying? But you look at your uncle a little different. That shit is important.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of shit going on around me that's more important than the shit people be complaining about. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids, I'm the only person ever even saved some money for them.
Damn.
Facts. So like I'm baby right. She was right. But I couldn't let her make my angry about something else. You know what I'm saying? But she was right. You know, for sure right. But my anger for a worthwhile reason.
Damn. I mean, I learned something too as far as some stuff be deeper than what you think. You just gotta think. You take a long ass sip on this motherfucker, bro. I'm like, this sip is still. One of your bros, bro. All right, left. Phone must have if he come back.
no homo.
Oh, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Sometimes the truth is so insulting to people.